All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our very first SRVUSD Tech Talks. And my name is Kelly Hilton, and I'm the Director of Technology for San Ramon Valley Unified School District. And we are coming together with our technology experts each week to talk about how to use the technology in San Ramon and then different updates and just share some tips and tricks. And I am here today with one of my favorite technology experts, Deanne Lashin, our coordinator of technology. Deanne has been with San Ramon for several years, for almost 20 years. In fact, she is a former graduate of San Ramon Schools, local as well. And she has worked in various departments in San Ramon, in purchasing and in the warehouse and in technology. But in technology, she has also gone beyond San Ramon by earning her MBA in business administration. And she continues to share her love of technology with all the students and the staff across San Ramon each and every day. When Deanne's not helping us here, she's a big fan of running and Disney and also all pets that are around. Thanks for being here, Deanne.
Thank you, Kelly. Glad to be here. Excited to show everyone the amazing AI agent Fresh Chat, as well as our purchasing guide today. So I'm ready when you are.
Well, we are excited to have you here for that. And I know that you're going to be sharing with us this new feature that you have set up for us. And we're going to start with what is Fresh Chat? We have an IT ticket system. And how do people get to that? If you could show everyone how to get there and then show them how to take a look at the chat. So we'll
Absolutely.
let you
Yeah,
go first.
so no worries. Fresh Chat is a part of our IT help service, and it's really designed to provide 24/7 answers to basic questions to prevent users from having to submit tickets for those, quick, easy questions, and also to be available for support as much as possible and kind of in the interest of providing the quickest and most effective support for our end users. And so we have it available on 3 of our IT help portals. We have one for both staff, students, and parents. Today, I'm going to be demonstrating through the staff portal, but accessing it in the same way is for all 3. So the step 1, of course, for staff is to go to our main landing dashboard. It's called ClassLink, also known as SRVUSD Portal. And the users would click on the sign in with Microsoft and authenticate with their district email and same password. For security purposes, I'm not going to click on it and type in my own password in on the screen, but I've pre-authenticated on a different screen, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over to that now. And once I'm signed in to Freshservice or the IT Help Desk, which is the icon you will click on in ClassLink, has an SRVUSD logo, you'll see that in the bottom right-hand corner, we have a chat bubble or icon, whatever you want to call it there. And to access the AI chat agent, you would simply click on that icon and you would be prompted with a few options. The same chat, again, is available on all 3 portals. So we do have different chat agents built into this one widget. So you see one for staff IT support, parent, guardian, caregiver, as well as student IT help. And what that allows us to do is then cater that specific information that we provided in each of those agents to those user groups. All of this information is internal and provided internally as well. So we input the information we wanted to query. We don't go out to the internet to find answers. So you can trust that these answers are reliable and getting the best information and most up-to-date information as well. If I was a staff member, I could click Staff IT Support and I would be prompted. And it would give me a disclaimer. Of course, as in with any system, we do collect data internally to ensure that we can improve the system. For example, what questions are we answering? What questions are we missing so that we can add data along the way to be the most effective and efficient? And so we just remind people the first time they open the chat that not to put personally identifiable information or anything confidential in there. The questions it's going to answer are going to be very generic and basic anyway, so that information is not needed or required in this particular chat agent. You'll be prompted with a question. It'll remind people what it's geared towards as commonly asked IT questions. You could type, you know, I'm a staff member and forgot my password. You hit enter. And it would look at all the information that we've inputted already. It would provide some solutions, give you some information, and it also give you, for example, the AI has used natural language processing. It's gone in and read the information we've uploaded it and provided kind of a brief or a Cliff's Notes version of the answer. And it's also provided the actual resource it pulled that information from. You can select was it helpful, yes or no. That helps us understand if the data that we have in there is actually accurate in responding to those questions. And you could also continue to ask it questions or close it and come back later. All of the AI agents work the same way. So the same process would be for the parent guardian as well as the student IT help chat widget as well. We also have a frequently asked questions section. These would bring you directly to the knowledge base articles that we've inputted in there based on what is most commonly asked in the web widget. So that can help you go directly to an answer without having an ask if you're interested as well.
I
So
love
that's
this. This is great.
yeah, it's super helpful. Again, it's available 24/7. You don't have to sign in to use it. So parents and students have access to it, even if they've never signed into the help desk before or aren't sure. And it gives lots of great information. We already have students using it today, and we're able to see what it can and can't answer and adjust accordingly. So
This is great. So really just anytime, day or night, weekends, evenings, families and students and staff can get the information they need for frequently asked questions. How do you see this evolving over time in as far as like having the basis right now, but where do you think we might go with this AI chatbot in the future too?
yeah, it's really exciting. We're in the very early stages of implementing the AI agent now. It is again available on all of our IT help pages, but because it is gives us the flexibility of embedding in social media platforms, also other websites and things like that too. So being able to cater additional agents to particular topics or times of the year on specific web pages can really help us be available for our community, our staff, and our students in answering those questions. The other nice thing is it is multilingual. We can enable as many languages as Microsoft has, or as many languages as we can enable. And because it's natural language processing, whatever language you ask your question in, it'll interpret and respond with the same information, but already translated into that person's individual language. And it can switch back and forth. So it doesn't get stuck in Spanish or French, or if you want to test it out, it won't do that to you. But it is really intelligent, it's really speedy and quick as well. And so we hope it will provide an opportunity for us to answer questions without needing tickets, and also increase the time and responsiveness we have for people just with general questions and don't really need specifically someone to work on a device, for example.
I think that's fantastic. Talk about some nice flexibility and accessibility put into the tool for all of our users to access at any time and in their language, whatever language they need it in as well. So let's take a look at the rest of the Fresh Service page
Sure.
because many of our users are familiar, I believe, with how to submit a ticket for IT support. So if you can't find what you need directly on the chatbot, you would potentially put in an IT ticket for support. But there's some other buttons available on this homepage that can help you, find the information that you need in our technology department. Can you give us a preview of some of the other features?
Yeah, absolutely. The nice thing for the chat agent to be on these pages is if for some reason it doesn't answer your question, you've got the ability just to click on submit a ticket for IT support. The same is available in both the parent and the student pages as well. But we do have some other customizations or accessibility options for people through Freshservice profile. And so I know I'm logged in because I see my dinosaur avatar I've chosen up here. If I click on it and I go to my profile, this brings me to my profile in Freshservice. For staff, that information is automatically imported into the system from Azure Active Directory. So it is updated as jobs change, phone numbers change, and things like that in the system. But the nice thing is it gives us kind of a preview of lots of different things. I can look at my tickets that I've submitted and what their current status is. I can select tickets assigned versus tickets requested. For most people, they're only going to see tickets requested because, of course, um, they're not assigning tickets to themselves. There's also a section that's really important for our stewardship of resources, especially when we do annual inventory or for graduations, or you're going to be retiring, is to know what devices are assigned to you at the district level. And these are going to be like computers, tablets. For students, it shows insurance for reference if they've purchased it and which years they've purchased it. But this gives kind of an overview. I know in this case, I have 2 iPads and an Apple laptop. One thing to note is sometimes this number after will indicate the district asset tag number, and sometimes it might be more generic. So these are older, more legacy devices, and so they were imported and created kind of before we established that naming protocol. All the new ones will have the tag number, but if you ever have any questions or want to know what's assigned to you, this is a quick and easy way to go in and take a look, especially before like inventory purposes or before you're getting ready to retire and to know what you'll need to be turning in and things like that.
That's
You can
great. So
also
everybody can just go straight to the profile in the top view and see their own device inventory there.
absolutely, yeah, and that's for students and staff. So anyone who's ever signed into the IT help desk will be able to have a profile and then look at that as well.
Hmm. I love that.
Yeah,
Really
we
transparent.
yeah, and we do have some personal information that can be updated as well. People can specify their pronouns, as well as learning profile type, any other preferences that would help us provide more efficient and service to them too. So
That's great. Awesome. So beyond the profile and submitting a ticket and the AI chatbot, there's some other features on the homepage of the staff use for IT ticket systems. Can
there
you
are,
do some of those features as well?
yeah. So I'm sure we're getting into the purchasing guide section of our tutorial. Um, which is also available off of the main dashboard page here. Once you're signed in, there's lots of things available, so it's helpful to familiarize yourself with some of the buttons that are accessible here through our IT help page. Each of the individual parent, student, and staff pages have their own customized buttons based on what their specific needs are. But for the purchasing guide, there is a button here. It is also available on the district website. You do have to authenticate to get into it. So the easiest way is to start with ClassLink, just like we did to come to IT Help, and then click on this and it'll automatically pass that authentication through to you. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And once I click on that, this brings us to our technology purchasing guide. There's a general overview kind of on this main page of what the purpose is, but it's really to help guide and inform those that are responsible for um, purchasing for their school site, or so administrators, office managers, and really for any staff member interested in like, hey, I'm looking for technology to buy and I'm not sure what I can or can't buy, or what I should or what I shouldn't buy, what specifications are available, and maybe even to get some exact ideas through that as well. So if we scroll down here, we have different categories and provides kind of some basic information depending on what you're looking for. For example, if I wanted to get information about audiovisual, I could click on the audiovisual tab. It talks about the different models that we currently have, and then down here gives us more specifics about it. You can also, if you read all that information and you think I'm ready to get a specific quote or estimate, you can click here on submit an IT help ticket. We'll take you to the item. We'll ask you some basic questions. You'll fill that out, and then that'll generate a ticket, and a member of our tech team can get back with that information for you as well. You can access this again. You do have to be logged in, but there's again lots of different categories. It's not going to provide you specific part numbers, and that's because those part numbers change pretty frequently And we found that we spend more time trying to keep the part numbers updated than it was helpful. So what we've done is the guide is literally that. It's to give you enough information to understand perhaps what brands we support, the additional specifications that we have, and those are all in an interest of making sure that when your product arrives, we're able to configure it to not only work for your needs in the classroom or at your school site, but to be able to connect safely to our network and keep our data secure as well.
I love that. Now, recently there was some communication that went out regarding software purchases that are happening for next year.
Mhm.
For those of you who are watching and are curious about that as well, there's the hardware and the software linked here for you to take a look. And the information that was shared in that communication is going to live here as well, in case you want to come back and reference it or ask any questions about the systems that are available through a district purchase. So you can check
Yeah,
that right there.
yeah, Jenny's done a great job of updating this with all the latest information and communication. So that's available here. And if there's any questions or concerns about that transition, of course, we're here to help.
Absolutely. Excellent. Let's take a look at one more feature back there on the IT ticket system, if you don't mind, Dan. Another request that we get quite frequently in IT is to take a look at new softwares or web pages that are available. And just a reminder that any request of where a student is being asked to log in with their Google account, we need to just vet that for student data privacy agreement. So if you click on where Deanne is under purchasing and integration under new request, that will take you to requesting a uh, new digital learning tool. So we do this for all digital learning tools. It's required for students to be able to sign in. And then once the request comes through, we go ahead and work with the vendor and work on getting a privacy agreement that has consent that they're following the correct guidelines. And that way we can open it up for access for student use. There's a lot of new AI tools right now, and so that kind of requires a second look at how the data is being used. So what we ask is before you ask students to go ahead and get on any web page where they need to sign in or digital learning tool, make sure that you ask about it before you share it with students. There's also a vetted list that's on the public-facing San Ramon Unified School District website. So that's that process. And then sometimes there's a group or a department or a grade level who purchases a new tool on their own and they want to have it rostered through ClassLink. So the last button there on the IT ticket system is maybe once you've made the purchase and it's been approved, you might want to request that it be integrated for student use through ClassLink. So you would just click on rostering request and then our data integration team would work with you to fill that right there. So this has been really, really helpful, Deanne. Thank you for all your work to make this clear information for our community and also just for the daily operations of IT ticketing support. If anyone has questions beyond this live webinar or watching it on a recording, please reach out to either one of us in our district emails, K Hilton or D Lashin. We're here to support you. And next week, we're going to be here with instructional technology coordinator Jenny Hunau. And we'll be talking about the AI initiative that we've been working on in San Ramon, where we've been, where we are now, and where we hope to go. So we're excited to take that on next week. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your expertise, Deanne, and have a
Thank
great
you.